What's happening, everybody? Thanks for coming by. We're going to do another tutorial in Sketchup. Quick tutorial on adding text to an object. Pretty easy to do. But one thing I forgot to do with the first tutorial was I want to show you how I open up SketchUp and what template I choose. So we can go ahead and close that. Come on down. Open that back up. Now here's where you want to choose the template. Right up here. So it goes off with feet and inches, meters, millimeters, all different types. This is the basic SketchUp 2017 version. I just like it. It's easy to use. But what I'm trying to show you is different things. You can just use this program for really anything. And it's pretty cool. But down here, we want to choose the 3D printing template, millimeters. I don't know why, unless you had things set up. Most printers print in millimeter unless you go through the settings. So we're just going to leave it at millimeter. Start that up. And it gives you a bounding box here. This is like the printer size of the MakerBot replica 2 times at this time of the year. What they based it on. So I just get rid of that. I don't need to see that. Get myself center. It's just what I do. So let's get a rectangle, and then we're just gonna, doesn't have to be any particular size because you can always edit that. Pretty easy. Just get us a little block there. See? Just a block. You can always do a block and do the size. So if we go like the bottom corner down here in the dimension area, we can make a box. Now you can see the first number is the long, so we can say 200.0 comma, and then I don't know, 150, enter, there it is. And then that's the size you made. That pretty easy to do. Okay, so adding text, there's a couple different ways. They have flags like a regular text. So you, if you want to do like a little depiction, we can do a circle, and then we can come up here and get the text tag, come off of it, and it's giving you the dimensions of it, but we could say that's a circle. Okay, that's all it really does. You can go back in, you can move it around, double click it, edit it. That's what that does. Let's back out. Alt backspace gets rid of it all. 3D text. Now that's a different animal. You can choose an array of text, which is nice. Sizes, bold, any really that you have in your machine. And I like programs that actually show you what the text is going to look like. Now I do have one I've been using. Where's she at? Huh, it's not showing up. Maybe he doesn't like it. Well, whatever. We're just going with that. You can choose left, right, center. You can always move it. Not a big issue. Filled. Extruded. Extruded is the thickness you're gonna make your extruded text. Now when I'm doing stuff, I'm making it flat, so I just do that. It's gonna give me a height. We can recenter it, and up here we're gonna do it. Let's just go with that. We all know what that is. Now it wants us to place it. Now we can go at the bottom down here, or since I want to add it, hello, to this, it's going to let me choose it's on the face, and it's just flat. Okay, now we can hold control and it keeps it centered. Make it bigger. We can just grab an end and not hold nothing. We can go sideways, raise it up. So the size is really unlimited with your text. I like to center things up, and I'm moving stuff around, so I got my little tool here and I can just come off the edge. You come off the edge both sides. Okay, so now I know it's 40, 21, so we can come down 21 at the top. So now I got a little bounding box. I get my tool, I grab it, it'll snap. Come on now. We're snapping into the ends. Let's get the scale. It'll snap. We just bring the top down, we snap, and we snap. Oops. Lock her on. There you go. Now, we want to sink that text in. So all we got to do is, so this is a component. The text is made, the 3D text is made into a component. And it kind of grabs everything and you can manipulate it, but if you want to change things and like do individual letters like we're going to do, you're going to make sure it's highlighted, and we just right click and choose explode. See, the box is gone. We click off of it. Now it's part of the model face. Now I've had some issues where I've had to use the selector, select in it, grab the push-pull tool. I can bring it up, or I can bring it down. When text is small, it tends to be touch and go, let's say, because sometimes it doesn't act like you want it to. So what we could try to do, let's try this. If it's too small, you can't do them all at once. Extrude. Now see, I lost it because I grabbed it, so it's not going to let us do it. So we had to do one at a time. So what I do, my typical extrude in 1 millimeter. And that's just enough, because I'm making small parts, and that's okay. But here we can just look at the bottom corner, see how deep we're going, and be happy with that. Or we can click it and then move the mouse without holding the button and see how it's a free rein. And now I can actually let go of the mouse because I just left clicked and not holding the left button. And I can type in the dimension I want, and it will put it right there. And sometimes when you start doing it, it might remember that you went 7, so let's try it again. No, it's not going to let it, so 7.0. But I was saying, sometimes what it does is it won't let you extrude that letter, so then you got to come up and click the pointing tool, then grab it, then do the extrude. Oop. Okay. Pretty easy. But then I'd have to go back and forth doing each letter, and it gets to be a pain in the Watusi. pretty easy to do. Now I'm sure there's a way to grab them all and do them once, but this is what we're doing. And if it was the component, we wouldn't be able to do that. We have to break it apart so it welds itself with that. Okay? And then just to kind of show you what it looks like, we can oh, there's my erase tool. Now I can't erase the face, but I can erase the line. So it looks kind of cool when you can kind of see how it built that text. You can come in, and if there was something like if you have the text made and you didn't mean to do it, you might want to get rid of it and delete it here. Oops, there she went. You can come in here and edit it. You can start over, obviously, but you can come in here and edit to get rid of the text, so when you build it back, you just missed the corner. Where are we at? So we're there. You can kind of see it took it away, but it also messed the model up. Always count on your undos. And when I start doing stuff, you know what I like to do? I'll come in here and we'll just save it all. Control C, Control V. Hey, look at that. Now I got an original. I can come back and do whatever I want. Pretty cool. Okay. Now you can also bring that text up. Move that down real quick. Oop, look at that. So I wasn't in the right plane. So let me get a little closer here. Okay, just want some thickness. You can do it on the face, whatever you want. So down the 3D text, we can do all caps, Discord, we'll call it, because we all like to be there. We can do filled, extruded. Now it's going to make the text. Let's go up on top first. Put one at the bottom of the face. So now I put that on the face. And it's right there. Okay, oops, sorry. Gets away from me a little bit. So what we can do, we just grab that. Now see, I haven't made it center. We can get the tool, and if you bring it along the edge here, it should get us a center. It's kind of interfering with, there it is. So it was interfering up at the top, so you can see I count on. You start at the corner. I just have a habit of starting that. Now I get that blue line. Boom, I know that that's center. Come in here, get the move tool. You can kind of see those guys there. Oh, we're not rotating. We're moving. And then you can get close. I mean, you can really zero in on it. Okay. Now, let's get that scale tool. And from the previous, I'm disappeared in no man's land. Where the heck am I? That happens. You get like backed up into a model. Next thing you know, you're in the model. Scale, control, corner. All right. You gotta move. Messing me up. You don't gotta be. You can grab an edge and drag. I just click anywhere, and it will do its thing for you. Okay. Now you can also select it and move that in. Come on. you don't want to do it. You want to go on the green axis, so if it was green, alright. Realistically, just showing you how to do it. Center. So size is really, I think we can paint that through into it. Let's see. Let's make a glass. Let's make it glass. Just kind of cool. And it's see-through, so you can see it. Just little things you can do. Now you can make, you know, drawings or whatever with this, and not necessarily have to 3D print anything. But there's extensions you can add for any type of model export, 3D model export. So, pretty easy tutorial just to show you how to get the text thing functioning. It's, you do whatever. Oop, turn the caps off. And changing the text, you know, you can do it right here. I should actually get that again. So the height, okay, we can make that really whatever we want. We can go 20 and extruded 5. Okay. Now see, it's a little bit bigger. Okay, thicker. But that would just be adding text, and same thing applies as far as you could explode it, come off of it. Now we can get on each letter and manipulate it that way. Okay. And, you know, it will print. You can take that text, and print it. Put it in the slicer. Doesn't necessarily have to be a block. Okay. And then, so we did that. Let's find a new spot, just so I'm out of the way of that. Little refresher here. Let's do that. Bring that up. 3D text. Don't do extruded. Now it's just a flat object that we're going to reverse extrude into the model. The selection tool, explode it, click off, and now you have one. Now this is probably going to act up, so see how it kind of came up a little bit? You want to come down to the surface and then down in. Now we can just move on to the next one. It doesn't do it, so that funkiness is happening. So edit. I just probably never really read into it, so you just got to click it, get the extruder. I have to want it a little bit above, and then it'll go back to 0. Then you can do it. Now if you notice, it left us a hole, and what you got to do is you got to get the pencil tool, and they call it healing is the term. So you go across. Now it's rebuilt that flat. We just get Mr. Eraser. Boom, we're done. And just different angles, like the face. You can reverse that face. Does it change the way it does anything? Nope. Brings it down. Does that. Do a little healing. We all could use a little healing now and then. See? Gotta get the selector. And then it bumps up a little, come back to 0. Oops. Oops. See, we're back to there, so let's just do this. And this is what sometimes I go through. There we go. And if you were going to print this, you want to get rid of excess lines. Would it matter? Would the slicer take care of it? It might. The pointer. There's many other programs to use for 3D printing, for modeling. It's always been easiest for me to use SketchUp. Real quick, we're going to finish that up. Okay. Ooh. And it was a pretty good day today, I should say. There you go. Pretty easy. I hope I didn't bore you to death. Everything I'm doing. Just a quick, easy thing. You always got to have the selection tool. Oop. Oh, goodness. Stay selected. Get the mover. We're going to get you all up there. We don't need the duplicate. Get rid of the guides. There you go. Hope you guys learned a little with this. More to come. Thanks for coming by. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.